Welcome back everyone to another build guide, this time for Golden Rainbow Piercing the Sun, or in this case it's called Radiant Sun Piercer. If you want to see more challenge runs, tips and tricks, build guides or full playthroughs, don't forget to subscribe. Now let's jump right in. I'll be using the console to imitate our equipment as I don't have access to equipment. And BAM! 30,000 damage. Yep, it definitely deals a bit of damage. We can also test it against one of these other guys. It's pretty simple. And let's start off. Get some energy, Okay, that's a lot of different types of energy. And then go for that. And bam, 27.5k against him. It's pretty decent. So how does this build work again? If you've watched some of the other build guides, you will see that this setup is very familiar. And the setup is Reverse Meridian, True Dragon Blood Fury, with Ice Cracking Art and so on, but I'll still go over it. The basic idea is we have Radiant Sun Piercer, a highly damaging move that gets even stronger if you have some Gathered Force. And we just want to take this base damage and like slightly boost it with Gathered Force, but most importantly take this base damage and amplify it with a ton of multipliers. For example, True Dragon Blood Fury, which doubles the damage dealt by it, so it's a lot stronger. We have Great Thousand Illusion skill, which doubles the damage dealt by it. We have Covered Separation, which increases the damage dealt by 40%. We have our Tiny Sword skill, which increases the damage by 31%. It's also in the Nascent Soul slot, so you get a plus, okay, so you can't see it right there, plus 20% sword damage multiplier. We have the Ice Cracking skill, which gives us an additional 108% more damage dealt. And lastly, we have Reverse Meridian working in tandem with the Tong Shui node to give us a 130% more damage multiplier. That is the basic idea. Now we can get Great Thousand Illusion skill and the Ice Cracking skill working at the same time by using a combo of Golden Ray and Raging Wave. Those will perfectly set up these two skills and also give us the internal injury for Covered Separation. This skill right here could be switched out for something else. For example, there it is, the Vajra Mount Moving skill for even more damage, but I find this additional chi makes it way more comfortable. Besides that, we have 3 skills which each provides us with more chi per turn. Since we one-shot the enemy, we don't need to worry about the consequences of these skills. And lastly, any additional energy we have left after we did our mandatory skills can be invested into Gathered Force to slightly increase the damage of the Radiant Sun Piercer. That now should have covered all of our techniques. This one is just mandatory to use our True Dragon Blood Fury, so we will always run it. Regarding equipment, I currently have none equipped. You would want to go for Frostbite weapons that inflict Frostbite on the enemies to take advantage of our Ice Cracking skill. Outside of that, our robe, our main armor, should be one that increases metal root weight, as we only care about metal. And well, a slight amount of water. And our seal, it's just one that gives us additional chi. You could also get one that provides you with more Gathered Force every turn. And I have simulated our golden root weight armor right here. So my normal weight would be 50 and 20, like slightly increased water. And a rope can increase this by 100 to 150. Regarding our DAOs, I invested in the metal tree just for this additional 2 gold chi and this slight amount of gathered force. On water, I am going for slightly more frostbite, more water chi, and most importantly Tung Shui. Tung Shui allows us to do 130% more damage with Reverse Meridian. Then in chi, we just go for this additional chi per turn. And lastly in sword, we go for sword damage dealt for the first time each round is plus 10%. And importantly, none of these 2 skills are considered sword, it's only the Radiant Sunpiercer. So we can guarantee it on the Radiant Sunpiercer and get an additional 20% damage with slow sword. The rest of your points you would invest into refining to get your 2 weapons going, etc. with maximum effect. If you really wanted to, you could even invest into this node to deal double damage if the enemy has shield, but it's so rare that the enemy has shield on turn 1 and typically you kill them already on turn 1, so I don't think it's too worthwhile. Now if you I can talk about Deity Transformation. If you go for Deity Transformation, this build gets about 60% stronger. Post-edit Angel here, I need to correct myself. It is not 60% stronger, but rather 6 times stronger. It deals 170k damage on turn 1 compared to the 30k we are dealing right now. But this was the build idea. Hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe you'll run this build. It definitely does more than enough damage. Whoever you want to kill, it will definitely kill. And with that, I am now heading out. See you guys.